Hey everyone, welcome back to another Kevin's Kreations here on Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin.
I'm Cardwell.
And today, we're bringing a brand new deck. It's actually one of the weird combos of the new set in Alice Origins, but we're going to go over it and explain what it does and all the silly shenanigans that it can do. Before we get into the deck, guys, we just remind you that we do have a Patreon. The link is down below. Go check it out. It really just takes an extra $1 to give us some love and support, and we'd greatly appreciate it. With that, we're going to delve into what's fallen has risen. And the deck is... We're using the old school rune rulers. We're using Lucifer, because, I know, he's a good ruler.
Why not, right?
And he, Divinity 10, Judgments for 2 black and 3, and then energizes a black. So super simple, super easy. His Judgment is, he turns into an 8/8 flyer, and then enter, your opponent discards 3 cards.
That's where it comes in.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. If you get to that point, neat.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but it's just an extra thing. You don't really need it. You mainly need him there for his runes. And the runes that we're using, they're relatively simple, and we're actually not using any of his master runes, so just be ready for that. It's kind of crazy, I know. First up is Tears of the Fallen, because this card is insanity for runes.
Just really good.
It's 0 mana, and Divinity 2, your opponent discards a card at random.
Just, that's it.
Thanks.
Turn 0. Don't even call for a stone yet.
Yeah.
You're just like, discard a card.
I'm going to get one of your cards because I can.
Yep.
Because that gives you extra knowledge of what they're playing and you know how to play against it, really. Next up is Power of Immortality. This is one of the key cards of the deck to do silly things. It's a big combo-y deck, and this helps you get there. It's just a black and 1. If it's played from a rune deck, it costs 1 less, and it's got quick cast. Target Resonator gets +4/+0, and then when it would die, it gets put into the grave. When it would die, it comes back into play tapped. So you're like, cool, I get my dude back.
Yeah, you try to kill it, nope, it's back, thanks.
Yeah. Next is Free from the Altar. It is a 1 black and 1 for a chant rune. You pay 1 less to play this from your rune area. You search your deck for a Darkness Resonator, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Then shuffle your deck, and you lose 400.
Every day I would do this.
Yeah, again, we're playing combos, so this is a free tutor. Not free, but it's a tutor to go get whatever you need.
Free enough.
Yeah. Next up is Undeath. It is 1 black. Put target skeleton or zombie unit with 3 or less from your graveyard into the field. Again, another piece of the combo, and I'll explain all of this when we get to it, but that's a major piece of the combo. And then on the last setup card is Invitation to Purgatory. It is 2 black. You produce a red and a black, search your deck for a card, put it in the graveyard. Then if there is a card named Satan removed from the game, you search your deck for another card and put it in the graveyard as well. Which we were running Satan as well, so you get to have the red to go remove him and do all these things with him.
Yeah, and he's just always super powerful and fun to play with, for sure. Now, of course, we're bringing an old classic back. First Resonator is Lailah, Maiden of the Swamps. 1 darkness, 0/2. When this card is put in the graveyard from the field, search your Magic Stone deck for a Darkness Magic Stone and put it into play. Shuffle your Magic Stone deck. That's it. Simple as that.
Yeah, you get free stones every time every time she dies.
Yep.
And if you Power of Immortality her, she gets extra stones.
And then you ramp up really quick.
Yeah. Next up is Mikage Reiya. It is 1 black, quick cast 4/4 with flying. It is probably going to be a staple in any black deck that we make because this card is bonkers.
Agreed.
Enter. Search your deck for a darkness card and put it into the graveyard, then shuffle your deck. So that helps you set up for what we're doing. And vampires, you gain drain. That's not really important in this deck.
No.
I mean, you can kind of gain some life, but meh. And then if a card is banished, if this card is banished as an additional cost to a mage art or the effect of a mage art, put this card from your graveyard into your hand.
So powerful.
Yeah, so you get this back for free doing silly things with mage arts.
Another 1 drop is Fallen Angel of Fiery Vengeance. It's a 4/4. Treat Darkness Magic Stones as fire stones, so that's pretty good because they tap for a red now. But you can banish this card, search your deck for the same card, put it in your hand, and then pay 200 life while it's in the graveyard. Remove it from the graveyard, and target J Resonator gains -0, -400 until end of turn. So it can kill a lot of things, and it's very powerful because you can just keep going for it.
Yeah.
There's no additional cost to do much of this.
Yeah, and right now that dude's mainly here to kill their 1-drops, to kill their Reiyas, to kill their silly cards that you just don't want to play.
Yeah.
Here's the major player of this deck. He is Sigurd, the Covenant King. He is a green and a black for an 8/8 Zombie King. Play this card only from your graveyard. Zombies you control gain Bane. And search your deck for, when it enters, you search your deck for a Darkness Edition with total cost 2 or less and put it into the field. Then shuffle your deck.
Ridiculous.
So, I'll explain the whole combo when we get all the pieces, get through them all, but essentially this dude is like the main linchpin of the deck because he is so kind of broken. Yes, he can only be played from your graveyard, but that means you can only cast him from your graveyard. He does not have to come into play. He can come into play any other way.
Yeah.
But if you're casting him, he has to be only from the graveyard.
And how do you do that? Oh, turn 1 Reiya, pretty much. You just throw him in the graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you need to.
Simple as that. The next one, of course, is Perfect Loki. It's a darkness and a blue. 8/1. It's a high god, quick cast. It gains +0/+1 for each card in your graveyard. And when it enters, you go ahead and your opponent's creatures, Resonators, gets -0 -X100 for how many cards are in your graveyard.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
And you're already setting your graveyard up to be big, so she's going to come in and kill their board for pretty much everything.
Yeah, and instant speed too.
Yeah. Here's the next big piece of the deck, which is Athenia, Deity of Harvest and Corruption. Black, green, and 1 for an 8/8. Enter, choose a card, or choose Harvest or Corrupt. If you choose Harvest, you untap 3 stones. If you choose Corrupt, you rest all magic stones your opponent controls. So it forces that to happen. Also, if you have Rune 1, if you would choose between Harvest and Corrupt, you choose both. And you can pay a green, put any number of cards from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck, and then pay a black, removal cards from your opponent's graveyard from the game.
It's not too bad.
So she does multiple things because she helps you fight off this deck if you're playing against it, because you can remove graveyards, and she just helps save your stuff. And just it really does a lot for this deck.
Removing graveyards are still important to this day. The next one is Corpse Sorcerer. It's 2 darkness and 1 6/6. Enter, put a target zombie with total cost 2 or less from your field graveyard into the field, and that means you can bring Sigurd back.
Yeah, that is his purpose.
That's
he does it
simple as
pretty
that.
easily. Next up is Satan, God of the Fallen. He has a red, black, and 3 for a 14/14. While searching your deck, you can pay a red or a black and remove from the game.
Yep.
And then you put a fallen counter on him. Every time you would lose life, you put a fallen counter on him. As long as he has that fallen counter, he says you can play him from that area, and he comes into play with X fallen counters on him. And then if
Depending on which one you choose.
yeah, you choose one. If there are 10 or more, you can choose both. But your opponent banishes a Resonator. Repeat this process until your combined total cost of a Resonator banished this way is equal to or greater than the number of fallen counters. Or you can return equal to or less than from your graveyard to play. So you can choose either one you need to do to make things just go super crazy good in your favor.
Yeah. Mostly it's always just their creatures go bye-bye. Because
Yeah.
they can get out of hand real quick. Now the next one is Sefirot, the Blueprint of Life. It's 1 darkness edition. Enter. Choose a Harvest or Corrupt. If you choose Harvest, draw a card. If you choose Corrupt, your opponent discards a card. And then you can tap and banish this card. Produce a green or darkness. You only spin this to play Resonator and cannot be cancelled. Play this ability only if you control a card named Athenia.
Yeah. Next up is Look at Corruption, because it's just a really good discard spell.
Yeah.
1 black, look at your opponent's hand. You choose a 4 or less card from it, and they discard it. You can awaken it for a black and 1 to choose a 5 or greater as well. But most of the time, you're just going to get the early cards.
Yeah, agreed. The next one is Soulhunt. It's 1 darkness. Each player banishes a Resonator and discards a card. That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, and it's a mage art, so it triggers Reiya,
Yep.
and you don't care if you kill Lailah because you get free stones for killing her. So you don't really lose value in killing your dudes.
At all. And if you have a Siegfried or whatever, Sigurd in your hand, you ditch him because you don't care.
Yeah. And then the final card of the deck, which is also the major card, is Sacrificial Altar. We're playing Altar deck because, I mean, it's what it is.
It's still good.
Black and 1 edition. Banish a Resonator. Put an offering counter on this. Banish this card. Search your deck for a Resonator. Total cost X or less and put it into the field. Where X is the number of offering counters on this card.
Yeah.
So, combo. It really works off of 3 mana. That's all you really need to have for the combo. And you need to have Sigurd in your graveyard and a Corpse Sorcerer in your graveyard. And then you just don't play your Undeath yet. So, the way it works, you play Undeath on turn 3. And you first Invitation to Purgatory, putting those 2 in the graveyard with the removed Satan. Cool? After that, you play Undeath, getting your Corpse Sorcerer into play, bringing Sigurd into play. So Sigurd comes into play. He searches for an enchantment or an addition, which you go get Sacrificial Altar and
Just
put
like
it
that.
in play. Then you have one more mana left, so you Power of Immortality your Corpse Sorcerer, sacrifice Sigurd to the altar, sacrifice the Corpse Sorcerer to the altar, triggering the Corpse Sorcerer to come back, bringing back Sigurd, getting you another Sacrificial Altar. Then you do that, you sacrifice that one to the first altar to get the 3 counters. To go get an Athenia, which allows you to untap your lands and tap their lands if you get to, because you already have your runes.
Yeah.
Which really you just want to untap your lands, because then you just play the Sigurd this time with your 3 mana open to play him from the graveyard, triggering and going and getting a harvest, the Sefirot Blueprint of Life. Which when that happens, you choose both because you have an Athena, so they discard a card, you draw a card. And then you just repeat that process of sacrificing him, using the green from the Sefirot and a black that you have to play Sigurd again, sacrifice him to the altar, sacrifice the altar to go get an Athenia, and you do this multiple times. After the time you've gotten all of your altars out and all of your blueprints out, they will not have a hand because all the Blueprint of Life is there, and you will have 5 to 6 creatures at very minimum. You'll have all your Athenias, all the Sigurds, and a Corpse Sorcerer.
Seems good.
And you don't really have to do anything to do that. You just chill and wait a couple of turns and hope to God you don't just die.
Yeah.
And then you just go off. You're like, hey, cool, bloom. And Perfect Loki is just there to help survive you, really.
Yeah.
The deck is going to be super fun to play. You'll have to see the combo to understand how it works. But relatively, the deck is super simple. We have the Magic Stones. They're easy too. We're just playing all black minus like a little couple of dual stones. Magic Stone of Dark Depths, which is the blue-green one, or the blue-black one. And we have 4 of those, or just one of those, sorry, because we only need it for Perfect Loki. Mostly you want the black. And then Magic Stone of Black Silence, which is the black-green stone. And then Darkness Magic Stone because of Lailah. So you want to make sure you have all your Darkness Magic Stones, because Lailah's going to be getting them for free.
Yep.
We will be showing the deck and how this works here in a little bit, so don't check out our brawls. You'll get to see how this combo works and all the ridiculousness of it. So be on the lookout for that, guys. The deck list will be down below. Check it out. Let us know what you like about it in the comments, and we will see y'all again next time. Goodbye. Also, guys, just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.